Hello, everyone. This is DJ Remark, and I am with.
Jake Dressler.
And this is for the patrons. This is a audio commentary by us for the film. So, as you're watching this, you're going to be hearing us and maybe some insights. There's no way to not get the audio to come through the mic that we're recording on. If I get more patrons and actually get some money, then I'll have a better studio to be able to do these. Pretty much, if you don't already know, this whole film was filmed on a cell phone, not the one on screen. That's your phone.
Yeah, it's my actual cell phone.
That was fun to shoot because having to do all those different takes, I had to make sure that 928 was still around the correct time. Because this whole opening sequence, like that spit,
did that a couple times.
We had to do. I have so many takes of that spit. So the once we came back to do the dressing scene later on, it was like 10 o'clock. And then 11:30, and then 12 o'clock. And so you'll see as we come up to that.
I was literally brushing my teeth for so long. It was ridiculous.
How fresh was your breath after that?
I didn't have to brush for like 2 weeks. I was good, man. I was set.
Well, you're welcome. So, so this, once we got to this, like by now it was like 11:30 or 10:30, something like that, by the time we got to this and got to actually use those takes.
Well, yeah, we filmed that fridge scene for probably like a good hour and a half.
Yeah,
never made it.
Yeah, there's a whole scene that's not recorded. So what I actually did to take care of those audio issues was there's 10:20, and then I just blurred every instance of time everywhere on this.
Dude, I have a funny story about these text messages. I have you saved in my phone as Mandy. And I'm at Cedar Point with my girlfriend, and she's going through my phone while we're waiting for a ride, and she sees Mandy. She goes, who the hell is Mandy? And I stopped for a second. I freaked out. I'm like, wait, who the hell is Mandy? I don't remember this at all. And then it clicked, and I'm like, oh, it's from the movie. It's from the movie. So she reads the messages. She goes, no, that's not from the movie. And I was like, hold on. So I go through my emails. I pull up the script, and I'm look, it's the same. You're acting crazy right now. It was for the movie.
You could have just texted me.
That's like, what I was going to do after she didn't believe it.
Hey, is this really DJ? I'm like, yeah.
Or you could have fucked with me and just been like, no, this is Mandy,
no,
come
dude,
over.
I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. This music that you're hearing is original music by a guy named Eli Manos. And it is fantastic music, and I just love it, especially in this sequence. Got a lot of feedback so far for the people that have watched this, that this is their favorite part of the film.
Oh, this montage was fantastic.
I think the music really does it.
Mm-hmm.
So Eli, props, thank you. Yeah, I don't know.
I actually don't have my driver's license. This is a little fun fact. So I just got my temps to film this. So there had to be someone in the car with me at all times. I drove for probably, 3 hours?
At least.
Yeah, and it was just left turn after left turn.
Yeah, and you'll notice that. You'll notice that every time that the camera changes, you're making a left turn.
Yeah.
Except for when you're turning into the restaurant. That's a right turn.
That's the only right turn.
Everything else is left.
That was the hardest turn of the movie, man.
This whole scene was ad-lib. Mm-hmm. And it was fantastic.
Because it was Caitlin just came up with it and was like, oh shit, I gotta roll with it.
Yeah, she just started talking about getting houses, and I'm like, that's perfect.
You're like, keep going with it.
That's props to her. She was a dream to work with.
Oh, she was. When you told everyone who was casted in the movie, and I saw her, I went through her IMDb page and everything, and I was a little nervous because I was
starstruck?
because I was like, man, she's been in so much, and I was intimidated because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but no, she helped me out, and she was fantastic in this.
She was consummate professional. Mm-hmm. This flashback, this dancing, this was actually, I changed this. I originally had you guys doing it at this point, so sorry.
Oh shit!
But I actually changed it. after I was reading the script through, you put on the song, or I should not you, Bill, the character Bill, puts the song on and then gets to a knee and like shows her a ring, and then she's like yes, and then like there's like this. There was supposed to be this really sweet kind of lovemaking scene, but then as I was reading through it, I'm like, man, that's just really melodramatic. And I thought that it was a lot sweeter to have a dancing scene because people don't really dance anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like filming a sex scene would be very awkward.
It would, but that's not why I cut it.
Yeah.
I cut it because it seemed a little too melodramatic, and
Dude, this way was perfect.
And I really liked the emotion that came through from that dance.
Is your cameo?
That's me, best barista.
So you're gonna be like a Stan Lee in your kind of universe, man, always showing up.
I'd rather not, but you know, who knows? We'll see.
Whatever happens.
A lot. This diner noise is all fake, but actually, coming up here, I don't want to talk too much. We did show one guy in the diner, but if you look, there's nobody in this place.
No, there was no one there.
So there's just this noise that I think. I mean, it works because all the shots are like this, but there was nobody because we were after hours when we filmed this.
It wasn't the dude.
This right here, hang on. This right here, you're gonna hear two bangs.
Sorry, I got here.
It's coming up. This is a kind of an audio fluke. That this is the best way that I could paint over it.
I'm sorry that I was late. It's been a while since I've
Here it
been
comes.
around.
So how's Philadelphia?
It's Philadelphia.
Sometime.
Yeah. Oh, I got you this. I remember how
Here
much
it
you
is.
like those.
Oh, thanks. I'm completely different.
So those two hits,
Huh.
our boom operator must have been like tapping his finger or something on the boom pole,
shit.
and so you hear this like boo boo, and I'm like, shit, because there was no other audio that I could have used for this take, and so I had to like find a way to
Honestly,
mask that. And so what I ended up doing again was just kind of dropping the audio out and adding those hits so that those hits make it sound like that there's a bass, that like there's something
something
that's
like a cook is doing or
that's
some
pounding
shit.
that's making that noise. And so far, unless you know now from the commentary, I haven't heard any feedback from that yet.
I actually really dug it. I thought that was cool.
So
Because, like, the way I pictured it is,
I
like
don't know.
there's a cook in the background or something, like, doing some shit. Or, like, a busboy is picking things up. But the boom operator switched about halfway through when we were filming the diner. Wasn't it someone else?
yeah.
Yeah.
Joshua Isley was the boom operator, and then actually my buddy Ken, who is actually the guy,
Yeah, that's what I was
the
the
one
guy.
guy that you see in this, he ended up taking over for Joshua because he had to go to work or something like that. But that's
Recovering.
indie filmmaking.
That's how you want to put it.
Um,
I know I have less of a reason to.
if you look at
have to
these
recover
shots,
than you.
all of the shots of
I had these demons
Jake
that
are
were inside me. And
straight on, and all of the shots of Caitlin are at sort of a Dutch angle.
Mhm.
If you look at it, that was unintentional, but I've been telling everybody that it was.
Was that because he was behind me the entire time?
Because if you look at her, you can see like her eyes. If you know anything about the rule of thirds, her eyes are obeying the rule of thirds. But if you see the bench there,
Mm-hmm.
it's at this weird angle. And
okay.
normally, if you know what a Dutch angle is, normally there's some motion and it kind of, the camera kind of tilts. But somehow this worked to where she was, her profile was perfect, but that bench just seemed to be a little tilted. And so what I've been saying is that it's because, Jake is, or you're not, Bill is so conflicted. His perspective of the world is slightly distorted.
Oh, shit. There you go. That's a good way
Because
to
I'm
put
a
it.
genius.
Yeah, dude.
I made you put up with. I never realized how much you loved me.
Oh, I was so happy after we filmed these scenes to finally shave that beard, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was grown ever since I auditioned for the movie, and when it got to this point, I was like, dude, we gotta finish these so I can just shave it off.
Truly lived it. I didn't understand what that love was.
Before I did my scenes, you came up to me and you gave me like a really good pep talk. You're like, hey man, we really need to show some emotion here and everything. These are your moments right here. And I think like right there, that kind of like put me in the spot.
Going good. I'm happy I could inspire.
It's great directing, dude. Fantastic crying scene, man.
Yeah, she knocks it out of the park. I mean, this. I know this is just a short film, but
I can't do this.
the drama of this scene is I think it's real deep because this is a story that you can relate to either character.
Mhm.
I feel like either character, both Bill and Mandy,
You told me that you don't love me anymore.
no coincidence to the TV show, which I actually love.
Bill
Bill and Mandy's.
Oh, Grim
Grim
Adventures.
Adventures.
Yeah, okay. I just now caught that.
But
shit.
And time to think.
anybody like this story, of closure,
I begged you.
90% of the human race can relate to.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure anybody watching this has been on either side
Yeah.
of that table. And even though this conversation is really more Amanda centric,
Never.
You needed to be able to act just as well, getting those reactions and and coming up with this. But like I was saying before, just the whole drama of this scene, I think is really, I think it's palpable. I mean, even though it's a short film, I think this is something that I'm definitely adding to my reel. But
Hard.
excuse me.
I do.
I mean, I think this is great.
And
Like
from
if you want to, how do you sit at a table
I know
and
that you're making
be
fun of
dramatic?
yourself, and I am so,
This.
Yeah,
so proud
it,
of you.
right here, man. And this is the first thing I've ever done, so it was all new to me, and it was man. There was I went home after that, and I kind of just laid in bed, and I started thinking about it, and I was just like, man, dude. It felt like I poured all my emotions. I felt like I actually had a conversation with this. It felt real. I think it was her though. She was fantastic, man.
I can't say enough about her and her ability as an actor. She was a dream to work with, and anybody that it casts her in a project,
He was,
it just got better.
Oh yeah.
I
he
mean,
was so pretty.
she's one of those actors, I think, that can turn mediocre writing into
Better.
good writing
Yep.
because of the way that she's able to act, and it was so great having her on you.
I love that line. I was watching you edit the film, and you're like, I didn't mean for it to be petty, but Jake kind of put it off as oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I heard. That's just how I was this is how I would react to it,
Yeah.
man. I'd be like, fuck you, whatever.
That's all right.
It's okay though. It is. I'm not sorry for the time that we spent with each other, or the lessons.
The music just makes
with
it.
each other.
Dude, Eli's,
Just so much
Eli's
more
music was great.
emotional.
Yeah, it was great.
When I said that I forgive you, I meant it. But you need
I don't know. I feel like I just have to talk, but I guess I don't. Nobody cares about what I'm saying. One thing that I do, since this was all shot again on a Samsung Galaxy S9, sponsor me. The only thing that is kind of hard for shooting on a cell phone like this is if you look at the background, the background is really as in focus as she is and as you are. And that's one thing that's kind of hard to do with cell phone is controlling the blur and controlling that because they don't really use lenses. You can get lenses, but I didn't use one for this. And I just really wish I could have blurred that background.
A little bit.
I'm happy with the product, but I think that's kind of one thing that makes this look a little more indie than it probably could, just because that depth of field and that's just not something that cell phones can really quite do yet.
But you never would have guessed that this was filmed on a cell phone, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the layman maybe not, but I don't know. We'll get some feedback. We'll figure it out.
Dude, those coffees you made were like
Bad.
I remember drinking those for like 3-4 hours. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
So this shot here,
Not just for you, though.
not this outside.
Me too.
What's coming up?
Attaboy.
Isn't this the one where the dude drove by saying like, "Hey,
Well, yeah,
check out my dog"?
Yeah, but this actual right here.
You wanna hug it out?
So I had this brilliant idea of making the camera go around in a circle and have this big fanfare, which I ended up doing with the music. But again, when I watched it the first time, it came across as just very melodramatic, and so I cut that out. I extended some of the flashback scenes a little bit, and then ended it with this.
I haven't seen that version. I was watching the other one where it was still in there.
Yeah. No, this is
I love this last shot, and I will live and die by this last shot. It is like the most cinematic shot in the short film, like just where like the camera fades away and it goes into the ground at the very end. It makes me smile every time I see it. It's just so good.
you can see me in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the little okay.
You'll see me right as you pull away. You'll see.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. Yep, I see it. But yeah, it's just so perfect. And then the credits roll up. Oh man, I guarantee that if you show this, like lights off, big showing, people, dude, you're gonna get some fucking tears. I mean, I felt a little tearing up at points.
It's
like,
happened.
Oh man.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing with drama, I think, and with table drama, like it was when it's two people talking, and even if it's just a table. And this is something that people like Kevin Smith, Quentin Tarantino, his earlier movies, that I tried to pull from with this, especially Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is like he's my success
Dude, he's
level.
fantastic. If I can
get to Kevin Smith's level of success, I think I've made it. Like that's where that line is for me. But I really took a lot of Kevin Smith out of that, and I really hope to be able to apply that to everything else I did. Anyway, Jake, thanks for coming over and recording this with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
appreciate it.
man.
Special thanks to the patrons, obviously, that's made this possible. If you're watching this and you're not a patron yet, please consider becoming a patron. Patreon.com/DJRemark.
Do it, I do it.
And
I pay $5 a month. It's awesome. I love seeing this shit.
well, $2 a month is the first tier that you can do, and you get all exclusive access to all the projects that I do. And
Everything. You see some great shit. Like you can actually read the entire script.
Yep.
Yeah, you scroll
Yep.
down to like the very first post, and it's the entire script is there.
Yep. And
It's
I'll be
great.
doing that for everything. So
Read
again,
it, watch
thanks.
the movie.
Jake, go ahead and spam your social media if you'd like.
Social media, it's just Jake Dressler on Facebook. Look it up.
Your, Instagram, Snapchat.
I don't have an
anything?
Instagram or I have a Snapchat, but I don't want to say it because it's really bad. It's Boner Patrol 29. Add it.
That's the
Weird.
best. Add Boner Patrol. What? Boner Patrol
29.
Boner Patrol 29
Yeah.
is Jake Dressler. Add him on Snapchat, folks. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you folks next time.